It's the Linemakers on Sporting News, presented by Jack Daniels.
Hey folks, with Ricky here and Kenny Wett, I'm Brian Blessing. Listen, last week was a great week. I mean, we had Denver and New England pegged. Thought Denver had to get off to a better start, guys, and they did that against the Raiders, and thought New England in the over was the way to go for you for their trip in Buffalo. But this is revisiting one of the greatest rivalries in the modern era. That's Peyton Manning against Tom Brady, except Manning's got an orange shirt on.
I thought you were talking about John Fox and Bill Belichick.
That too.
That's another great rivalry.
That's right.
But no, two great quarterbacks, two Hall of Famers. Manning, you know, I talked a lot about last week. The entire Denver offense is trying to learn an offense that only Manning really knows inside and out. Each week they should get better, but they made great adjustments last week. Every pass Manning threw was a 10-yard pass. He's not going deep anymore. They're going to go short. I think New England will try to learn off that.
Well, I kind of said that last week, guys. That, you know, Manning can't throw deep anymore. I'm not saying he can't. He's just not as effective as he used to be earlier in his career throwing deep. But what the key to the game with me is, yeah, Peyton Manning is in Denver now, but these two teams played twice last year. The Patriots beat them 45-10 in the playoffs. They beat them 41-23 in Denver, and yeah, that was with Tebow. The Broncos will probably score more points, but it's the same Denver defense, and New England put 86 on them in 2 games, so I can't really get behind Peyton Manning getting a touchdown in this spot.
Well, the one thing we'll just share with you is when we previewed the Bills-Patriots game last week, the total was 51. They'd combined for 135 points the year before, and they bet it down to 48, and they scored about 190 points in the game. But for Denver, you know, the start is critical, Kenny, because if Manning's trailing and they can pin their ears back on him, that's a problem spot.
Well, he's probably going to be behind in the game at some point. As the underdog, you're always going to be behind. I think it's an over game. I think Manning continues to throw the short outs. They move the ball. Brady scores against Denver's defense, like Ricky said. The Patriots with Belichick, 18-9-1 to the over the last 3 years at home. They score points at home, and they finally got off the schneid last week, had a big week.
Now, believe it or not, when you look back at these two guys in their careers, when they faced each other, Manning had a problem with Brady early in his career. But the last 6 times they played each other, Manning's 5-0-1 against the spread. That being said, it was two totally different teams. This is the Broncos' only second road game of the year, and going into New England, I think, Kenny, I agree with you on the total. For me, a game being on 7, I'm looking for maybe some Peyton Manning money late on getting a touchdown, and maybe I get to lay less than the 7, get to lay 6.5.
Always great information, guys. One other matchup for you. Last week, trailing by 14, the New England Patriots ran it down the Buffalo Bills' throats. Those inside handoffs against the pass rush of Miller and Doomerville could be a great mismatch for the Patriots in this one. New England's laying 7. Hosting Denver, total on the game, 51.5. It's Manning versus Brady. It's our Jack Daniels Game of the Week.